Okay, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. It's Thursday morning, man. Trying to get back to work. We had 2 good days of wet weather. I did a little video yesterday. I've been working in the shop a little bit, you know, doing things with the new welder. I've had a couple guys come in and say, you know, I need to go take some classes and all that. Keep in mind, man, that well, number one, I'm not trying to be a welder, okay? That's not my goal. My goal is to be able to fix my stuff and me feel good about everything that I'm doing with the attachments and all, and me being able to adjust things as I need them for what I do. So I'm not going to go take no class. I don't have time for all that, man. Who's got time to go take classes for welding? And keep in mind, man, that I took welding when I was in high school for like 2.5 years. I got a vocational diploma in high school in welding. Now I didn't act on it, but I used to in high school I took the shop class, and welding was stick welding was a big part of the curriculum. So, and I was pretty good at it, and I gotta say, welding has not changed a lot since then. You know, stick welding and everything. Now, the school, my high school is a pretty big school, and they didn't have no, they didn't have a MIG, well, they had, I can't remember if they had a MIG weld or not, but if they did, it was not it was not something that everybody did. Now, we cut steel. They had not a plasma cutter, but a torch on a table, and you could cut steel. What else? Oh, they had lathes in there where you could spin the steel and make things out of it that I see a lot, but I didn't get into any of that stuff. I was really into the stick welding and the cutting of steel. Now, I don't remember, I mean, I was a kid, you know, I don't remember, you know, amps and volts and all that, but they had like 6 welding booths, and I had one that was assigned to me, you know, every school day for, well, for a long time, for a couple of years, that I was, my last 2 years in high school, was I had to take some vocational stuff. So just fill in stuff, really. You know, I will admit, some of the days we just go there and I just hang out, and, you know, we didn't do a lot. But we used to compete in welding and in the class, and I usually did pretty good in those competitions as far as running beads and all. Of course, the instructor and everybody, they made sure the welders were safe for students, right? So I didn't, we were not allowed to really fool with the settings and all on the big welders. And they were big welders, you know. So when I graduated high school, and then, you know, I didn't think nothing else about welding. You know, I did everything from, you know, framing and everything. Then when I started this business, and I had a trailer go down, and I couldn't weld on it, you know, and so I took it over to a place, some local guy around here, and he held my trailer for like 3 weeks, and you know, I was young in the game here, and I couldn't do nothing about it, right? What had happened was, and I still have the trailer today. It's the one that the other guy pulls around in the other truck, the 10-foot trailer, 12-foot trailer, 10-foot trailer, 6x10. And with that trailer, I was able to, well, that's what I started, you know, that's what I really kind of started the business out in. But when I realized that, well, one of the first business lessons that I learned was about downtime. That was that, because I was stuck and I couldn't do anything, all because this guy down here, this local guy, he wanted to hold my trailer like a hostage, and had to call the police on him to get my trailer back. He was trying to pull some old fast shit on me, talking about the trailer wasn't no good, that I was gonna have to pay him because he'd been storing it for 3 weeks, and you know, trying to run game on a young man, right? And I was really upset because I didn't know. I was stuck. I didn't have no money. I didn't have no way to make no money because he had my damn trailer. And what had happened was the end of the trailer where the ball goes in, that piece had popped up and it was destroyed. It was a used trailer when I got it. So at that point is when I realized, okay, I ended up having to call the police to get my shit back, make a long story short. And I swore to myself right then that that wasn't gonna happen again. And so that was before the YouTube started getting crazy with all the people on YouTube now that they have now. Back then it wasn't none of that. There was YouTube, but it wasn't a learning device like it is now. So that's what made me buy a welder. Not the stick welder, but the MIG welder that I got. And the MIG welder, well, I've had it. I bought it from Home Depot for like $500, and this was back in 2010, something like that. And I've been able to weld on everything that I do, but knowing the basic fundamentals of welding is like, heat, the hotter the better and all that. That's when I knew that the little MIG welder is a 120. I had to have a 120 because I didn't have a 240 outlet, and I didn't have no money to be installing one and all that. That's kind of the scoop on how I ended up with stick welder, because as the business has grown and evolved, I've used my MIG welder for everything. I mean, I have saved tens of thousands of dollars in actual money that I would spend, and probably another tens of thousands of dollars in downtime by having that little 120 MIG welder. And I have welded some heavy stuff with it. Don't get me wrong. You put slow down, dog. I had a bush hog on a tractor, and I welded the spline, the female that goes up on the shaft of the tractor. I welded that on to the bush hog. Heavy steel, and that's one of the times I realized, oh man, this welder might not be the best for that or whatever, So anyway, that leads me up to now, as I've gotten more attachments and I see things that I can do to save me energy and time and money, really. Because the hydraulic lines are so expensive now that it's hard to, I mean, they're like gold. So that, yeah. Okay, y'all. So we're on the second and third one. We got a pretty good bit to do today, but we got one hard one done. And my guy's doing good, man. I mean, he's ready to work, man. I love it, man. I love it, man. Because a lot of times when guys take a bunch of, when they don't come in for a few days, they come in and they're but he's like gung-ho, man. Maybe he needed that break, man. So yeah. But these two right here are, I'm not going to get a lot of footage today. Maybe I'll get someone I get over to Morley and them. Gonna be at about $850 today. So, but I told the young man, go on and blow off while there's no cars here. You pull up to a job like this where there's a lot of leaves on the driveway and there ain't no cars in the driveway, you got to do that right now, because if you don't, they'll pull up, and then you got to play around and spend 20 minutes going around their vehicles and shit. So yeah, it's pretty cold out here today. It's warming up some. Yeah. Nothing that we don't do on the reg, man. On the reg. But we got both blowers today, so I'm probably gonna be running a blower too, because there's gonna be a lot of blowing, just to make it easier for the lawnmower, and to blow out the cubby holes. A lot of the leaves are wet and stuff, so you're gonna have to blow some of the cubby holes out. And I haven't been to any of these properties in 3 weeks, so. And there's a lot of leaves. We'll be back at least 2 or 3 more times. There's a lot of leaves still in there, still up. But when they're wet, man, you got to have a backpack blower. That's why I brought both of them. Okay, y'all. So we're here at this one. It's not real bad. But I usually park right here. But I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna blow all this pine needles back across the street where they go. That's what he tells me to do. I didn't put the microphone on. So customer here, they want all this gone. All the greenery in here. Everything that y'all see. Not the trees, but the green stuff, right? And all this. And they want all that down too, gone. Now, I don't have to haul it out of here. So she give me $1,500. So that and all of that, right? Pretty good. So shoot, it won't take no time to do that, man. And I don't have to haul it out of here. Come on, dude. So yeah. The skid steer will get that in no time, man. In no time. And this is where I grinded those first stumps out. So yeah, these stumps, they did real good. Okay, y'all. So we got done. Been a good day. We got everything on the list done. Everything. So, and then some. I picked up another skid steer job for $1,500. I met with the owner over here at this retention pond site, and I'm still on the fence about it. He's saying that what they'll do is they'll give me $3,500 to knock it all down, and then $2,000 every 6 months. That's what he said. Now, I'm very tempted, y'all, I will say. And I ain't broke, but I like the repetitive nature of it. That's nice. That's nice. You know, $4 grand a year. That's nice. And once you get it down this one time, then I'll be able to maintain it pretty easy. It would be worthy of buying a well, some kind of piece of equipment just for this, and then if you can implement it somewhere else, cool too. So I mean, yeah. Plus, you said I could have all the material over here too, all that metal, and so there's a bunch of metal, man, structural metal right here that they used to build the building with. A lot of it. There might be $1,000, $2,000 worth of scrap metal here. Who knows? But I'm gonna think about it. But I don't have to make a move right now. They don't have anybody else that's saying, yeah, I'll come do it. They're not reaching out to anybody else. I told them give me a few weeks to think about it. And yeah, if it's real cold, you know, I mean, I'm seriously considering it, y'all. I mean, it'd be worthy of renting a piece of equipment at that kind of money. It would. But the biggest thing that I like about it is, well, you know, being able to do it every 6 months, and it's not even a mile from my house. So, shoot. Well, the more I think about it, going into the winter, boy, and if it was freaking June or July, I'd be like, nah, man, I'm good. But going into the winter, I mean, even if I had to go buy another brush cutter, even though I don't want to, I wouldn't have to buy one like I got now. I already got one, a good one, and I got one that is okay. Maybe I could get away with some weed eaters and saw blades on the weed eaters, you know? I mean, I could get the young kid here that wrote to work today, Jared, his brother, and tell them, hey, I'll give y'all $500 each. Y'all work over here 3 days. Then of course I'm going to be working over there too. I'm not going to be running no brush cutter, no you know. 3,500 is pretty good, man, I think. But again, it's really more about the contract. Every 6 months, $2 grand. And they may even, you know, I may come back and tell them, hey, give me 3,800 and I'll do it. And 300 will pay for, you know, well, that'll pay for another guy for a day and a half, 2 days. When I say a day, I mean like 6 hours. If you put enough labor in there, you'll knock that shit out, man. You're not gonna be able to put heavy equipment in there though, not anything that I really got. I'd have to have the skid steer over there for to move stuff out of the way and to grab all the metal and stuff. But as far as cutting some of it with the skid steer, I don't think that I mean, I might be able to cut right around the entrance, you know, but I'm not gonna be able to get out there or anything. There's not enough space. I'll take a lawnmower over there though. I guarantee you I can put a lawnmower in there, and I can a lawnmower and at least 2 guys with brush cutters. We could probably do that in a couple of days, I think. Of course, what I would tell the guys, whoever, I said, look, I'll give you $500 or I'll pay you by the hour, however you want to do it, you know, to clear this. Yeah. I mean, it's awfully appealing, you know, going into the winter, y'all, I will say. Boy. get him to 38, I'll do it, y'all. I love a challenge, and that's a hell of a challenge right there. But there's no hurry, so I don't really have to. Let me try to put a team together, you know, that can handle it, because you know, you ain't gonna just get any willy-nilly out there doing that and them be able to actually, you know, do it. As long as I don't have to do all the heavy lifting over there, I wouldn't give a damn. 35, 3,800, I can make money at that. And you don't have to do it in like a day. I don't have to do it, like I could work on it one day and then come back to it the following week, you know. Of course, you're not gonna get paid until it's all done. What y'all think, man? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. I know y'all gonna be like, man, hell no, Ray, you crazy as hell taking on that. But I won't put the skid steer in there. But at that number with the right contract, it'd be worthy of buying. I mean, I could buy one of those walk behind brush cutters, you know, maybe even rent one and just see which one I would like to buy. You could probably rent one of them for, shoot, $300 a day or something, $200 a day. What if you could rent a mini skid steer and go in there with a brush cutter on it? See, in my area, they don't, brush cutters are hard to rent. I don't know about everybody else, but they're hard to rent. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go here and Chick-fil-A and get me some of these tenders, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's tender time Thursday.